What's up, family? You know I'm back at you like I'm mad at you. But you already know, of course, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to share this quick video before I go hit the gym. Do a little workout. I wanted to share this quick video just on this, I think what's today, Tuesday or something like that. But I wanted to share this quick video. Let that sun out. That sun just be busting through the clouds. No matter how foggy, you get around them clouds, that sun coming through them clouds. But I wanted to share with y'all real quick, just on the thought of reclaiming your health and your wealth. Just on the thought of that. This actually was given to me today. I won't put these personal resources out there. I mean the personal information, but it came to me when you think about on the thought of reclaiming your wealth as well as your health. Reclaiming your wealth as well as your health. And it is said, and she said, your soul knows the way. Trust the journey. Embrace the path. Let your light shine from within. I'll say that one more time. It says, your soul knows the way. Trust the journey. Embrace the path. And let your light shine from within. And so, I want you to put that in your spirit, put that on your heart today when you think about reclaiming your wealth and your health. I think that's the perfect mindset for the new year. Reclaiming your wealth and your health. Your soul knows the journey. I mean, it says your soul knows the way. Trust the journey. Embrace the path. That has been very encouraging for me. And I'm hoping that encourages and help one of y'all and put that in your mind. Your soul knows the journey. It knows the way. Embrace the journey. It said embrace the journey. That's the part that I wanted to share with you guys today. Embrace the journey. And that was something that saying let your light shine from within. Trust the journey. Embrace the path. Pardon me. Trust the journey. Let me repeat that. I have to recant that statement. It said trust the journey. Embrace the path. You might not know what you're going through all the time or why you're going through it or what is it, you might not understand yourself as much sometimes. You might not understand others as much. But let your light shine from within. Trust the journey. Embrace the path. And let your light shine from within. I wanted to repeat that multiple times so that you can so that can encourage you. You can get that in your spirit and maybe keep that as a mental note of reinforcement as you go through when you're not sure, when you feel distracted, when you feel anything but your best. Trust the journey. Embrace the path. And let your light shine from within. So, I thought that was a good way to get my day going. I wanted to share that with y'all. This video, I won't keep you too long. But as I said before, many of you've become aware of your abundant inheritance, or should I say your inherited abundance. And you want to be, you got all these riches and honor on your mind as far as, obtaining millions of dollars of success and so many financial success and material gain and success. And that's it's nothing. It's nothing against that. I'm with that too. I want to just encourage you again to also be mindful of being abundant, and also so many other things such as power, optimism, be abundant in peace, be abundant in positivity, be abundant in giving, in altruism, be abundant in mental strength, right? Inner strength. Remember we talked about that? The Cobra's inner strength allows him to stand and look a 6-foot man eye to eye in the face with no legs, no bones, but it's inner strength. Be abundant in prayer. Be abundant in consideration of others. We want to be abundant in so many different ways. I would be so excited to see one of you, to meet many of you at your big house, your big yacht, or at some big skyscraper you own downtown somewhere. I would be so excited and glad to do so, and be ready to enjoy the moment with. It would be much better and even more empowering for you to have those things, for you to have that, but also be rich in these other areas, such as the ones we just spoke of. Be rich in light. Be rich in resilience. See, because you can leave a building behind, you can leave a business behind, you can leave a couple of dollars or millions of dollars behind. But if you leave it to someone who you had not left that resilience with, if you leave it to someone or somebody who you didn't leave that empowered, that inner strength with, if you leave it to somebody that you can't give, that you can't uplift, but positivity, optimism, and all those things we spoke about. I mean, how empowering or how really wealthy are you if you leave it to somebody that's gonna lose it all, right? Or that don't have these qualities to maintain those things. So I just want you to take this into 25. This is how we're going up a notch. We're going up, not just a notch, we're going up higher. We're going to allow the Most High God, because that's who I serve. That's who I breathe, live, walk. That was where my strength comes, from the Lord, right? And his Father, right? That's me. And it's time to go up even higher than the average Joe. It's a certain scripture in the Bible that says, now God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can even think or ask. So I want to just make that a challenge to you and me and myself, just let's look into what we can't even think or we can't even fathom to ask. Let's look into those heights that we can reach, right? That is possible, that is very, not only possible, but that's inherited. It's almost that what we are called for. We are called for those higher heights. You believe that you're chosen, or whatever you believe about yourself, know that it must be for us to go higher, right? If everybody else is, I mean, because I done seen, we all have witnessed and have saw wealth. We've seen riches. We've seen I mean, what haven't we seen on the material gain side, right? On the business side, on the money side, what haven't we seen with our own eyes, right? So if you feel like you chosen, or you anything called, like you have a calling to do a specific thing, something that may be a little different than the average, or not just the average, just a little different than what's normal or what you used to, seeing, then it must be something much higher. We must start praying about higher heights. And that's one of the other things I believe, as far as when you consider yourself to be chosen or the elect, you must reach higher. I think that's very significant to what it means to be chosen or to be called at such a season and time in the world right now, or in life, that we reach higher. We have to start seeing, like, giving our minds to the Most High and allowing the Most High to take our minds higher. You see? Allow the Most High to take our minds higher. Some of the challenges and things that we seeing around us, and you looking and you weirding out about people, and you're getting wrapped up in things and behaviors of, things that's happening here, things that's happening there. Well, many other times, it's because I wouldn't be surprised if it's because we are supposed or called to think higher or to envision higher. And if we can't even fathom, the scriptures say, then that means we must give our minds to the Most High, allow the Most High to take our minds higher, right? Again, starting off this video, going into 25, this is a year to reclaim your wealth, and first, most importantly, your health. You know how they say, health is wealth. So let's go into 25 with that in mind. Reclaim your wealth and your health. And it says, your soul knows the way. Trust the journey. Embrace the path. And let your light shine from within. I'm thankful for that coming to me, and that was given to me earlier. And those words. And that was very helpful. Very helpful. And I hope that helped one of my sisters and brothers out there. And one day we're gonna meet. And hopefully it is in that mansion. Hopefully it is on your yacht. And you just invite me out on your yacht or something like that. Or maybe, it might be for, I don't know, for a tennis game or something. It don't have to be nothing huge. But if it is in your skyscraper, I'd be grateful for the invitation. Reclaim 25. Reclaim. If you watch this video, type in the comments, reclaim 2025. If you watch this video, I know we just getting started. But if you just happen to come across this video, I want you to type in the comments, reclaim, and then put 2025 in there. Because that's what 25, where our focus, we're gonna put our focus, right? Reclaim. And I want you to take that with you. I'm gonna let you go now on the note of, as we always say, peace, positivity, optimism, and power. Reclaim 2025. Let's go. Back at you real quick. I just want to add this piece in there on the video, or the reclaim video. Real quick. I want you to just think, like, when I say call to a higher calling, or you think it's something significant, or you chosen for something you different, or whatever you feel like about yourself. And I'm not negating any of those things. I'm right there with you, right? But I'm trying to share something with you that I think is very significant, right? We must, like, when you think about, the different characters, right, of heroic, how you say that word? Heroic, to be heroic, right? To the heroes, right? Like, just say the Jesuses of the Bible, God, the name God, even the characters in the cartoons, they was the heroes in the cartoons, or the Avengers, or the Batmans, the Supermans, the whoever you can think of, even in the spiritual realm, the angels, Archangel Michael, or Allah, who you think about, the God names, Muhammad, the prophet name, or the Messiah names, or all of these different these are names. What I'm trying to say, I'm trying to figure how to say that word, heroic character, right? I'm gonna leave it right there. These are all heroic, meaning that these are characters that they were represented some sense of solution, or some sense of problem solving, or some sense of healing in their own way. No matter whether you believe in them, you against them or not, these were characters that all fell up under the heroic characteristic of trying to heal, save, avenge something of their own people, right? Their own creature. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is, if you feel like you different and you so special and God bless you, we have to come up, we have to think higher. When we talk about reclaiming in 2025, we have to give our minds to the Most High, right? Allow Him to take us higher in what it's really all about. So what I'm saying to you is, I want you to grasp that part as far as what we here to do, because we don't want to, there's a lot of people that's hurting out here. It's a lot of people that's suffering. And I'm talking about of high and low, right? It's a lot of people that is suffering. And I'm not talking about just poor people or broke people. There's people that's suffering because they don't have money just in that way. It's people that's suffering for many different reasons. Some people, and things that you feel like you dealing with, and that you feel like you seeing in other people, that's weirding you out, or that's making you feel like you got to get away from people, you can't trust people. I know a man that's been there. I've observed those same thought processes, those same experiences, and I'm an observer of those same experience, feeling like you being targeted, all of that, right? But there are reasons behind the panic and the different things that you see going on in the world around you. It's so many people that are suffering. And so what I'm saying that to say is, we have to think, like, allow our minds to go into a more powerful realm of heroic character. How will I get that word? It's ism. It's a ism. It's a heroism. But it's heroicism or something like that. And when you get that, you see what I'm saying real quick. I just want to throw that in there. We want to be able to help. Now, yeah, it's a lot of different things that you see in people, you saw in your relatives, or whoever, you know, and people in life, going through life in the world, that you didn't appreciate things that you sure this person did this. I'm sure this person said that. And you were sure that it wasn't pleasing to you. But I'm here to share with you that there is something that those who consider themselves to be chosen, can do about it, other than just getting your check that you feel like this is all about, a check, right? And going about your way. Because what about the rest of the world after you get that check? What about the rest of the world after you get your house and you full of abundance? And again, I'm not against none of that. I'm with all that. I'm open and I receive all of that, right? But what I'm saying to you, what about the world after that? Huh? What about the world? What about your grandchildren and your children's children for generations to come? You see, there has to be something more. I'm not, again, it's not against, I'm anything that God gave us, undeniably, I want it too, meaning abundance and all of that. So we're gonna have videos about all of that too. But what it has to be much more to our calling and our presence here in this world than just us getting some material gain and getting away from people, and that's it, right? And you just, you know, having those memories and testimonies about how you had to get away from people and what kind of people to stay away from. And there is a time to stay in your own lane. There is a time to separate yourself and be separated. We have already been separated. It's a part of all of our stories, right? But is it just for us to just be rich and abundant in money alone? Or is it for us to be abundant in power, right? Is it and not our own power, but that from where your abundance and your calling came from in the first place? Is it for us to be abundant in these different qualities that we can reinforce others? We can change, do something that can be gratifying, not only to the Most High, be pleasing to the Most High, but to the rest of the world around us. Now, I'm not saying that we can all, we gotta come here and think that we can save the world and that we, you know, that we superheroes. I'm not necessarily saying that. But I wanted to share this, throw this piece in there when we talk about reclaim. Because think about that in itself. Reclaim 2025. Man, we were talking about reclaiming your health and your wealth. I think a part of that health comes with those innate powers, those innate abilities that maybe many of us are not even aware of, right? We still don't know how to use those powers, or we still don't know how to use those abilities, or how to exercise, rather, those abilities. But we must give our minds to a higher power in order for us to be able to identify these higher powers. And I think those are very significant to not just only having material or financial gain or financial increase. And you do have that. You already got it. You already have it. Remember I said it, you already have it. Thankful for Neville Gardner. That's a good teaching. If you need something to study to keep you focused, to keep you rich, and you hadn't been reading the Bible as much, or maybe the Bible is tough to understand, read Neville Goddard. No, you heard that before. I'm having one of them pronunciation days. Don't judge me, right? But think about that. I want to throw that in there. Think about other things that we can do, because soon enough, I believe that all of the chosen, all of those who consider themselves to be, or God considers to be any significant to what is called the elect, will be gathered together. You hear me? We will be gathered together. We will be gathered together. So I want to throw that in there. Let's envision higher as to what can be done. What can be done with that inheritance that you're talking about? That abundant, unalienable right, birthright that you call a birthright, right? What else can we accomplish? And I'm going to throw that in there with reclaiming 2025. Reclaiming our health and our wealth, because I believe that with health comes these innate abilities. So think about if a creature or if some type of entity, whatever you want to call it, has all of its, if it's in full 100% health, it would be in 100% power, right? So it's like I'm just using these characters because I'm sure we all familiar with these characters. Just like, say, for example, God, God in full health, right? In full health would be in all power, right? It would have all these powers. If it was unhealthy, right, it would be lacking some of its powers. Like when I say characters, I'm talking like a Superman, a Batman, or the Avengers, whatever you used to watch, whatever cartoons you into, right? Any one of those characters that's not 100% healthy, it's not just they body ligaments. When we talk about unhealthiness or something like that, if they're not in 100% health, it's also dealing with their powers. So you saw that before. We've seen these things like in the movies where if one of these hero characters was that, they had something happen to them or something, they was down, one of their powers didn't work, right? Their powers didn't work like it was supposed to work. And they had to get themselves right, whether it was Spider-Man, whoever it was, they had to get themselves right before they can, we saw those movies where they was fighting something or battling something, and then they was down because something had happened to them and they needed that power to kick in right on time in order to take that opposition out, right? Because maybe one of their powers, like X-Men, his claws, whatever you call them, little sharp knives coming out, they didn't come out or something. He needed them to kick in so they can come out, right? And he can slice away his opposition. Well, that's what I'm saying, people. When we talk about reclaiming your health and your wealth, we need to be 100% healthy in power as well as abundant in material and financial gain. So I hope you caught that, because we need to be in all powerful mode. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we can also look at the things that say, man, why is these people acting like you go out places and you see people, you feel like, whatever it is in life where you felt like that led you to this point, and people was, and maybe still to this day, you feel like others treat you a certain way, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised. They're hurting, they're suffering, they're going through some things. I wouldn't be surprised. And it's something that we can do about it. And I'm not talking about just merely sacrificing, like you playing Jesus and going, no, I ain't promoting none of that, throwing yourself on a sling, none of that. I'm talking about us reaching higher with these inheritance that we speak of, reaching higher with these this abundance that we all want to claim, right? This abundance that 2025, the chosen, we heard it, we believe it, I receive it. I'm so thankful for every every vessel that put that out there and encourage the people with that kind of message, because that's also is so, abundance, that is a birthright of ours, that is your birthright. And that's what reclaiming that health and wealth, reclaim it. But let's think of being all powerful. Let's reach higher and think of what it means to really be abundant and really be chosen, and consider that when we look at the people around us and the world around us and what the world is going through. Because mind you, many of you, like sleeping giants, have just recently woken up. It may have been some years now. It may have been multiple years on top of years that you've been awakened a little bit. But mind you, there's many who have been going through and living this life and in this world, living this, fighting this battle on their own since they were very much younger than us, much younger than we have. And I just want to throw that out there, that there's something else for us to gain with our reclaiming our health and our wealth. The Bible says God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of power. First thing, power, love, and a sound mind. So, non-religiously, I want to throw that out there. To the next video, peace, positivity, optimism, and power. Reclaim 25.